Hello everyone, I am Professor Inbaraj from the Department of English, Kristu Jayanti College, Bengaluru. Today, in this video lecture, I'll introduce you to this topic, cover letter. So in this lecture, I'll discuss what is a cover letter, its significance, and how to write a cover letter. So before we start, you all would have written letters at the school level, but this cover letter is something different. Even though it is similar to the kind of letter that you write, cover letter is something that you use for your job. So what is a cover letter? Cover letter is a job application letter that you attach, that you send along with your CV or resume. And since CV has condensed objective data about you, cover letter is a kind of a tool that is used to market yourself. So it highlights in detailed information about you, your achievements, and how you are a suitable candidate for the job that you are applying for. So it's a kind of a way that you highlight and market and sell yourself to your prospective future employer or the organization in which you are applying for the job. So to start with, we'll start with this question. What is a cover letter? As I told you, cover letter is a job application letter. And what does it do? How does it work? So in the cover letter, first you have to introduce yourself. So in the body of the cover letter, the first paragraph should be an introductory paragraph that introduces you to the HR or the manager to whom you are writing the letter for the job application. And the first paragraph introduces you and it tells about you, your name, where you are at present working, and also two main things that should be there in the introductory paragraph are, first one, the post that you are applying for, the job position that you are applying for, and second one is from where you came to know about this vacancy, job vacancy, the notification. It may be from a newspaper ad, it may be from a website, a job searching platform, online platform, or even maybe through word of mouth, through your friends. So you have to mention these two things that are very important, that invariably should be there in the introductory paragraph when you introduce yourself. That is, one is the vacancy source, where you came to know about from where you came to know about the vacancy, and the position that you are applying for. And then the second paragraph in a cover letter should highlight your achievements, your traits, the positions you held, the awards you have received. For instance, you may have got Best Employee of the Month, Best Employee of the Year award, maybe twice, thrice, or consecutively for so many times, and other achievements that you have got during your work experience. So all these highlights should be there. And in the third paragraph, you should emphasize that why you are suitable or the right applicant for the job that you are applying for. So, and finally, the last concluding paragraph in the cover letter should say that convince the HR or the manager to whom you are writing the letter for a personal interview, an opportunity for an interview. And also you have to add lines like, if given a chance, I will do my best for the welfare development, for the development of the name, fame, and goodwill of the organization. So with these lines, you have to conclude your cover letter. And this is the format of a cover letter. You all know this format. And see, you should know one thing when you write a letter. You should have this in mind. Always, everything that you write, starting with the address line, date, and subject, body, superscription, sign, everything should be aligned with the left margin. That is how we have to write a letter. And you start with the from address, and you don't need to write from or to before the from address or the to address. So in the from address, you have to give detailed address of your detailed address, and then comes the date. You have to write after the from address. Next is the to address, and be very careful. See, in the question paper, you will be given details about to whom you have to write the letter, to whom you have to address the letter. It may be a HR manager or some other manager or CEO. You have to write the letter to the person mentioned in the question and the same address that is given in the question. If no address is given for the to address, only the person to whom your address is mentioned, you can write your own, you can write address based on your own imagination. If you have to fill the to address box also. And then opening salutation, always go with respected sir or madam. Don't go with dear or dearest. Go with respected sir or madam. That is more formal and professional. And then you have to write the subject of the letter. Subject can either come before the opening salutation or after the opening salutation. And in the subject, you should very clearly, subject is the main point of the cover letter, the letter that you write. People will be so busy nowadays, and the first thing when you give a letter to people in position or send a letter to people in position, the first thing they'll see is your subject. And so subject should be concise and to the point. So a subject for a cover letter can be application for the post of the post name. Here it is assistant manager, and always you should write REG, that means regarding, in the subject. And you should open your cover letter, as I said, with two important points. That is, first one, the position, the job position for which you are applying. Second one, the vacancy source, from where you came to know about the vacancy. And one more thing, see, when you write the body of a cover letter, you have to follow this pyramid style of writing. That is, first most important thing comes first. So here in a cover letter, in the opening introductory paragraph, as I told you, you have to mention the position for which you are applying and the vacancy source, from where you came to know about the job vacancy. And the second most important should come in second. So in the second paragraph, you have to describe your skills, the experience you have, that is your achievements. And in the third paragraph, you have to conclude with additional information substantiating your letter. And you always, at the end of your cover letter, should request for a personal interview. So you have to follow pyramid style of writing. So here, applying this pyramid style, we can see how this cover letter is written. So first paragraph, it introduces from where to which position the person is applying for, and from where the person came to know about the job vacancy. So here I am applying for the position of assistant manager, first point, which you recently advertised in the Evening Times newspaper. So these two things are here in the introductory paragraph. That is how you should write. And look at the second paragraph. During the past 3 years, I have worked part-time as a sales associate at Callaway & Company, the largest department store in the tri-state area. So further information, about you, what is your working experience, you have to mention. I was twice voted employee of the month. So your achievements that you have done during your career. I have received this award in recognition of my service to customers. So further information. Callaway & Company also promoted me to assistant manager of my department. And the various positions that you got, that you held, and the promotion you got, all these kind of add on to your CV or resume. See, CV or resume is just a condensed data, but it is through cover letter, you sell yourself, you market and highlight yourself. So in the concluding paragraph, you can write further details, additional information about you, and convince your prospective future employer for a personal interview. So here I'm graduating in June with an associate degree in retailing. My grade point average is 3.6, and I have taken courses in marketing and sales as well as in accounting. So further information about you. My other details are attached in my CV. Always you should mention that you have enclosed your CV, your testimonials, and even reference letter if asked by the company that you are applying for. You should mention it in a one-liner that you are attaching that at the end of your cover letter. I look forward speaking with you in the near future and discussing what I can contribute to your organization. So you should also convince the person to whom you are writing for a personal interview. And in the concluding paragraph, you can also add lines like, if given a chance, if selected, I will do my best for the development of the name, fame and goodwill of the organization. All these you can mention and you can conclude. And in the closing superscription, closing salutation, see, always remember, many do this mistake. See, yours sincerely. In yours, after your, before yes, there shouldn't be a possessive apostrophe. Many commit this mistake, putting a possessive apostrophe after your and before yes. See, when you put a possessive apostrophe before yes, after your, it denotes that you become the possession of the person to whom you are writing, right? Yours. Okay, so that is an error that you should avoid, and always go with sincerely. That is even more professional. And you have to sign, and then in the bracket you have to mention your name in the capital. Also remember, always you have to write at the end of the cover letter enclosures and the items that you have include. First one, your CV or resume. Second one, copies of testimonials, your mark sheets. Third one, the reference letter if asked by the organization to whom you are applying. And so a few do's and don'ts when you write a cover letter. You have to be very objective, and you should grab the attention of the recruiter. So you have to be concise and precise to the point, and you have to effectively convey the reason why you are an ideal candidate for this job. And never lie in your cover letter. Be honest, because once you got the job and get into the organization, and if you can't do what you have mentioned, if you don't have the skills and do work that you will do as you have mentioned in your cover letter, it will be a problem for you. So always you have to focus on strength and highlight your skill when you write your cover letter. Use basic, simple language, uncomplicated structure, sentence structure, active verbs, and also research about the organization that you are applying for, so that you can write a few liner about the organization when you write your cover. Like, I would like to be part of your esteemed institution which is doing these kinds of projects. So you can mention a one-liner about the organization. So you have to do a thorough research about the organization that you are applying for. So don't repeat details from the resume. Record information without proof. Don't record information without proof. And make sure your letter is grammatically correct, and don't make it too long. It should be short and concise, and don't mention negative points about yourself in your cover letter. So this is an exercise that we can do now. See, look at this. It's a cover letter, and there are a few errors in this cover letter. Starting with the address column, there in the from address it is mentioned Bengaluru, and that too is a spelling error. And in the to address it is Bangalore, so it is not matching. That is one thing. And it should be respected sir or madam, not dearest. And in the opening line, I am writing to apply for the position of the job position is mentioned, and from where the person came to know about the vacancy source is also mentioned. Look at the second line. I can be reached anytime via email at the given email ID by cell phone at the given number. See, this should come at last. So I told you that you have to follow pyramid style of writing. First, most important things should come first. So this should come last, and it should be yours sincerely. Sign your name, and then you have to mention enclosure also at the end. So I hope you find this video lecture useful. Thank you.